For today's event, we brought a selection of quite different and diverse musical styles together to explore stories of different Commonwealth soldiers from India, from Africa, from the West Indies, and also from places like Australia, Canada, the former Dominions as they were known at the time.
The wonderful thing about this collaboration is it brings together the National Army Museum and the Black Cultural Archives, because within both facilities, within both archives, we've obviously got a lot of rich and wonderful material. How often does it come to light, and how often does it come to light with this wonderful collaboration? So I think it's a great evening today, lots of different contributions being made, and we're here celebrating at the BCA.
The poem that I read was a war correspondent, so a reporter's view of events and how it affected the Australian soldiers on the Western Front. We had some very traditional Indian folk music, and they were exploring how the war impacted on a bride at home when her husband enlisted and went off to fight and left her more or less alone without her new husband. A quite moving piece. We also had a traditional African drummer who did a call to, a response to the King's African Rifles marching music and traditional African songs, and that was a really powerful piece of beats and music and what have you as well.
Yeah, so I got approached by the National Army Museum and was actually invited to perform one of the pieces that is held here at the Black Cultural Archives. Yeah, well, it's interesting to hear all the kind of different responses to the same subject, kind of looking at things through different lenses. It's just an interesting way of doing things, and I think having people from different musical backgrounds just enhances that. So the music I played was mostly Western classical music from a very specific era, and then we had people looking at the same topic. The kind of same human emotional response to those different aspects of the First World War, but in completely different mediums, which was really cool. It was really interesting to hear.
And we finished up with a really contemporary twist through the use of a modern rapper who basically wrote some amazing songs about the contributions of Black, Caribbean, African people to British military history, and in particular the West India Regiment, a song which was commissioned by the National Army Museum and really speaks to the role West Indian soldiers played in the world wars.
No spear do I fling, no war trumpet do I pump it in the land of stolen tea and crumpets. No war do I bring, this before all the bling. But you stole all our gold and the souls of our old, hold them all in a bowl. So I'm asking you, demanding in fact, but you handing it back. Because a man festers when you damn his ancestors. Blood runs deep in your canals, built your Londons and Manchesters. Broken promises and hand gestures, made us simple like minstrels, but who the damn jesters? Because I behold the fool who took my golden stool. It took my soul to rule, and the jewels in your crown got from brown tools in the ground. Even stole the gold that backs up your pound standard. Blacks were stranded and bound to create the revolution you demanded. It's kind of underhanded when the whip's overhead. Branded, banned our language, one slip and you're dead. Whipped our arms, took our garms and read us palms on a Sunday. Changed to sugar cane on a Monday. Said missionaries were visionaries, but hid the rifles in the Bibles. I'm a God-fearing man, George, ain't claiming that I like you. I feel despondent to the Lord, cause cut my continent like a chessboard. And the border's now a fate, I watch the hoarders on the tape. I'm a king about to break, but from a king to a king, I come to you in peace. Please give us back Ayakazi. It holds the souls of our deceased. Please give us back our bowl, for some pain can be released.